Right now, 750,000 Americans are sitting in the dark with no power, no heat, and temperatures plunging to the teens. But here is what most people do not know yet. The worst is still coming. A second, more powerful Arctic blast is barreling toward the United States, and this one could shatter temperature records that have stood for decades. Over 750,000 people woke up this morning without electricity. Families in Tennessee, Mississippi, Texas, and Louisiana are huddling under blankets in homes that have dropped to 30 and 40 degrees inside. But wait until you hear what is heading our way by Friday. Some areas could see temperatures 50 degrees below average. 50 degrees. That is not a typo. Before we go any further, I need you to do something critical. Drop a comment right now telling me where you are watching from. Your city, your state. Do it now because I am going to give you the exact timeline for when this Arctic blast hits your specific location. The timing could be the difference between being prepared and being caught off guard. So, comment your location right now. Here is what you are going to get in this forecast. First, the exact timeline for over 80 major cities across America. When does the cold arrive in your area? When does it peak? When does it finally leave? Second, I am going to show you something at the 5-minute mark that most meteorologists are not talking about yet. A potential snow event along the Gulf Coast this weekend that could catch millions of people completely unprepared. And third, at the 12-minute mark, I will reveal which cities are facing the highest risk of another round of devastating ice storms. Stick with me because the information you are about to get could literally save lives. Let me paint the picture of what is happening right this second. Across Nashville, Tennessee, tree limbs are still laying across roads and power lines. Some of these limbs weigh hundreds of pounds, coated in ice so thick it looks like glass. Emergency crews have been working around the clock. But the damage is so extensive that some neighborhoods might not see power restored for another week. And here is the cruel twist. Just as these crews are making progress, another blast of Arctic air is about to make their job even harder. The current temperature in Little Rock, Arkansas right now is 14 degrees. In Memphis, Tennessee, it is 17 degrees. Dallas, Texas is sitting at 22 degrees. These are not wind chill numbers. These are actual air temperatures. And for the hundreds of thousands of people without heat, these numbers are life-threatening. But let me tell you what shocked me the most when I analyzed the latest data this morning. The Arctic air mass currently sitting over the central United States is not even the main event. Think about that. What we are experiencing right now, with all the power outages and ice damage, this is just the opening act. The real show starts Thursday night into Friday. Here is your first critical timeline. Let us start in the Northeast and work our way across the country. If you are in Boston, Massachusetts, by Tuesday morning, you will wake up to temperatures near 0 degrees. That is zero. The bitter cold continues through Wednesday, with wind chills dropping to -15 to -20 degrees. But Friday morning is when Boston gets hit with the second wave. We are looking at -5 degrees, with wind chills approaching -30 degrees. That kind of cold is dangerous. Exposed skin can get frostbite in less than 10 minutes. New York City. You are on a similar timeline. Tuesday morning brings temperatures around 8 degrees in Manhattan. Wednesday stays brutally cold, with highs only reaching the low 20s. Then Friday, watch out. 5 degrees in the morning with wind chills near -20 degrees. The coldest air settles in Saturday morning when temperatures could drop to 0 degrees in parts of the metro area. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Here is your timeline. Monday night into Tuesday morning, temperatures drop to 12 degrees. Tuesday night, even colder at 8 degrees. Wednesday offers no relief with temperatures struggling to reach 25 degrees during the afternoon. Friday morning is the danger zone with temperatures around 7 degrees and wind chills near -15 degrees. The coldest morning will be Sunday when temperatures could hit 2 degrees. Now let me jump down to the Mid-Atlantic. Washington District of Columbia, you are looking at 18 degrees Tuesday morning. Wednesday morning drops to 15 degrees. But check this out. By Saturday morning, the nation's capital could see temperatures as low as 8 degrees with wind chills near -10 degrees. Sunday morning might be even colder at 5 degrees. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. You need to pay very close attention. Tuesday morning brings sub-zero temperatures. around -2 degrees. Wednesday morning stays below zero at -4 degrees. The second Arctic blast arrives Friday with temperatures plunging to -8 degrees. Saturday morning could be the coldest with readings near -12 degrees. We have not seen temperatures this cold in Pittsburgh in over a decade. Wind chills could drop to -30 degrees. Here is something that will blow your mind. Baltimore, Maryland could see temperatures 50 degrees below average this weekend. 50 degrees. The normal high for this time of year in Baltimore is around 43 degrees. This weekend, we might not even get out of the single digits. Saturday morning is projected to hit 6 degrees with wind chills near -12 degrees. Let us move to the Midwest, where the Arctic air is already locked in. Chicago, Illinois, you are in for a rough week. Right now, you are sitting at -3 degrees. Tuesday morning drops to -8 degrees. Wednesday offers a brief break with temperatures rising to the teens, but that is temporary. Friday morning, the hammer drops again with -6 degrees. Saturday morning could hit -10 degrees with wind chills approaching -30 degrees. O'Hare Airport might see wind chills as low as -35 degrees. Detroit, Michigan. Your timeline is similar, but slightly colder. Monday morning is already at -5 degrees. Tuesday morning drops to -9 degrees. Wednesday morning, -7 degrees. The second blast arrives Friday with temperatures hitting -11 degrees. Saturday morning could reach -14 degrees. Metro Airport might record wind chills of -38 degrees. This is the kind of cold where your car might not start, even if it started yesterday. Minneapolis, Minnesota, you are used to cold weather, but this is extreme even for you. Right now, temperatures are -12 degrees. Tuesday morning drops to -18 degrees. Wednesday morning, -15 degrees. But Friday and Saturday are when things get truly dangerous. Friday morning brings -22 degrees. Saturday morning could hit -25 degrees with wind chills plummeting to -45 to -50 degrees. At those temperatures, frostbite occurs in less than 5 minutes. Do not go outside unless absolutely necessary. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Here is your forecast. Current temperature is -4 degrees. Tuesday morning drops to -10 degrees. Wednesday morning, -8 degrees. Friday morning brings the second wave with -13 degrees. Saturday morning could reach -16 degrees with wind chills near -35 degrees. Cleveland, Ohio. You are sitting at -1 degree right now. Tuesday morning drops to -6 degrees. Wednesday morning, -4 degrees. Friday brings -9 degrees. Saturday morning could hit -12 degrees with wind chills approaching -30 degrees. Lake effect snow off Lake Erie could dump an additional 3 to 6 inches Tuesday into Wednesday. Indianapolis, Indiana, current temperature is 4 degrees. Tuesday morning brings -2 degrees. Wednesday morning rises slightly to 8 degrees. But Friday morning, back down to -4 degrees. Saturday morning could reach -7 degrees with wind chills near -25 degrees. Columbus, Ohio, sitting at 2 degrees right now. Tuesday morning drops to -3 degrees. Wednesday morning, 0 degrees. Friday morning brings -6 degrees. Saturday morning could hit -9 degrees. Now let us head south, where this cold is going to be particularly shocking because these areas rarely see temperatures this low. Atlanta, Georgia. You are currently at 26 degrees, and you have ice on the roads from last night's flash freeze. Tuesday morning drops to 19 degrees. Wednesday morning, 22 degrees. Here is where it gets interesting. Friday morning, you drop to 18 degrees. But Saturday morning is the big shock. 13 degrees in Atlanta with wind chills around 5 degrees. When was the last time Atlanta saw wind chills in the single digits? Some of you might never have experienced cold like this. Nashville, Tennessee, you are still dealing with massive power outages. Current temperature is 18 degrees. For the hundreds of thousands without power, these are life-threatening conditions. Tuesday morning brings 14 degrees. Wednesday is critical because this is your only chance to get above freezing this entire week. Wednesday afternoon might reach 34 degrees. That is barely above freezing, but it is enough to start melting some of the ice. Friday morning drops back to 16 degrees. Saturday morning brings 12 degrees. Sunday morning could hit 9 degrees, which would be one of the coldest mornings in Nashville in 20 years. Memphis, Tennessee, you are at 17 degrees right now. Tuesday morning drops to 11 degrees. Wednesday afternoon might reach 33 degrees. Friday morning returns to 13 degrees. Saturday morning brings 10 degrees. Sunday morning could hit 7 degrees with wind chills near 0 degrees. Birmingham, Alabama. Current temperature is 23 degrees. Tuesday morning, 18 degrees. Wednesday afternoon might briefly touch 35 degrees. Friday morning drops to 16 degrees. Saturday morning brings 13 degrees. Sunday morning could see 10 degrees with wind chills around 2 degrees. Little Rock, Arkansas, sitting at 14 degrees. Tuesday is critical. You might get to 36 degrees tomorrow afternoon. That is your window to melt ice and clear roads. Use it wisely because by Friday morning, you are back down to 15 degrees. Saturday morning brings 11 degrees. Sunday morning could hit 8 degrees. Jackson, Mississippi. Current temperature is 21 degrees. Thousands in your area are without power. Tuesday morning drops to 17 degrees. Wednesday afternoon might reach 34 degrees. Friday morning returns to 15 degrees. Saturday morning brings 12 degrees. Sunday morning could see 9 degrees. New Orleans, Louisiana, this is going to shock you. Right now, you are at 31 degrees. Tuesday morning drops to 27 degrees. Wednesday afternoon gets to 41 degrees. But Friday morning brings 26 degrees. Saturday morning drops to 23 degrees. Sunday morning could hit 19 degrees. New Orleans in the teens. When was the last time that happened? Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Current temperature is 29 degrees. Tuesday morning, 25 degrees. Wednesday afternoon, 40 degrees. Friday morning returns to 25 degrees. Saturday morning brings 22 degrees. Sunday morning could see 18 degrees. Mobile, Alabama, sitting at 33 degrees. Tuesday morning drops to 28 degrees. Wednesday afternoon rises to 42 degrees. Friday morning back to 27 degrees. Saturday morning brings 24 degrees. Sunday morning could hit 21 degrees. Now here is something most forecasters are missing. And this is that critical information I promised you at the 5-minute mark. This is huge. That Arctic air diving south this weekend is not just bringing record cold. It is setting up a potential snow event along the Gulf Coast. Let me explain how this works. When you get Arctic air this far south, and I mean all the way to the Gulf of Mexico, you create a massive temperature contrast. Cold air from Canada crashes into warmer, moist air from the Gulf. That collision creates lift in the atmosphere. Add a little bit of moisture from the Gulf, and suddenly you have the ingredients for snow in places that almost never see snow. Right now, computer models are showing a developing system Friday night into Saturday. This system could bring snow to parts of the Florida Panhandle, southern Alabama, southern Mississippi, and even southern Louisiana. I am not talking about a major blizzard, but isolated areas could see 1 to 3 inches of snow. For cities like Pensacola, Florida, or Gulfport, Mississippi, even an inch of snow would shut down the entire region. Roads would become impassable. Nobody down there has snow plows or road salt. Pensacola, Florida, here is your timeline for this weekend. Friday afternoon, temperatures drop to 35 degrees. Friday night, temperatures fall to 28 degrees. This is when we could see snow beginning to develop. Models show light snow possible from 10 p.m. Friday night through 6 a.m. Saturday morning. Accumulation potential, 1 to 2 inches in isolated spots. Saturday morning temperature drops to 25 degrees. Any snow that falls will stick because the ground will be well below freezing. Tallahassee, Florida. You are on the northern edge of this potential snow zone. Friday afternoon brings 38 degrees. Friday night drops to 30 degrees. Light snow possible late Friday night, mainly after midnight. Accumulation potential, a trace to 1 inch. Saturday morning, 27 degrees. Sunday morning could drop to 23 degrees, which would be the coldest morning in Tallahassee in years. Panama City, Florida. Current temperature is 36 degrees. Friday night drops to 29 degrees with snow, possible late Friday night into Saturday morning. Potential accumulation, 1 to 2 inches. Saturday morning, 26 degrees. Sunday morning, 24 degrees. Let me shift to Texas, where millions are still recovering from the ice storm. Dallas, Texas, you are at 22 degrees right now. Tuesday morning drops to 18 degrees. Here is your window. Tuesday afternoon should reach 40 degrees. Wednesday afternoon might hit 42 degrees. Use these 2 days to melt ice and prepare for the next blast. Because Friday morning brings 19 degrees again, Saturday morning drops to 16 degrees. Sunday morning could hit 12 degrees with wind chills around 4 degrees. Fort Worth, Texas, sitting at 20 degrees. Your timeline mirrors Dallas. Tuesday afternoon reaches 38 degrees. Wednesday afternoon hits 40 degrees. Friday morning back to 18 degrees. Saturday morning, 15 degrees. Sunday morning could see 11 degrees. Austin, Texas. Current temperature is 28 degrees. Tuesday afternoon gets to 45 degrees. Wednesday afternoon reaches 47 degrees. Friday morning returns to 27 degrees. Saturday morning brings 23 degrees. Sunday morning could hit 19 degrees with wind chills around 12 degrees. San Antonio, Texas. You are at 32 degrees. Tuesday afternoon, 48 degrees. Wednesday afternoon, 50 degrees. Friday morning drops to 29 degrees. Saturday morning brings 25 degrees. Sunday morning could see 21 degrees. Houston, Texas. Current temperature is 36 degrees. Tuesday afternoon rises to 52 degrees. Wednesday afternoon hits 54 degrees. Friday morning returns to 31 degrees. Saturday morning brings 27 degrees. Sunday morning could drop to 23 degrees. Corpus Christi, Texas, sitting at 41 degrees. Tuesday afternoon reaches 57 degrees. Wednesday afternoon hits 59 degrees. Friday morning drops to 34 degrees. Saturday morning brings 30 degrees. Sunday morning could see 26 degrees. Now let me give you the Great Plains timeline. Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Current temperature is 19 degrees. Tuesday afternoon might reach 37 degrees. Wednesday afternoon hits 39 degrees. Friday morning drops to 17 degrees. Saturday morning brings 14 degrees. Sunday morning could see 10 degrees with wind chills near 0 degrees. Tulsa, Oklahoma, sitting at 17 degrees. Tuesday afternoon, 35 degrees. Wednesday afternoon, 37 degrees. Friday morning returns to 16 degrees. Saturday morning, 13 degrees. Sunday morning could hit 9 degrees. Kansas City, Missouri. Current temperature is 8 degrees. Tuesday morning drops to 3 degrees. Tuesday afternoon might reach 28 degrees. Wednesday afternoon hits 30 degrees. Friday morning plunges to 1 degree. Saturday morning could reach -2 degrees. Sunday morning might see -4 degrees with wind chills approaching -20 degrees. Wichita, Kansas, sitting at 12 degrees. Tuesday morning drops to 7 degrees. Wednesday afternoon rises to 32 degrees. Friday morning returns to 5 degrees. Saturday morning brings 2 degrees. Sunday morning could hit -1 degree. Omaha, Nebraska. Current temperature is -1 degree. Tuesday morning drops to -6 degrees. Wednesday afternoon might reach 25 degrees. Friday morning plunges to -9 degrees. Saturday morning could hit -12 degrees. Sunday morning might see -14 degrees with wind chills near -35 degrees. Des Moines, Iowa, sitting at -4 degrees. Tuesday morning drops to -9 degrees. Wednesday afternoon rises to 23 degrees. Friday morning returns to -11 degrees. Saturday morning brings -14 degrees. Sunday morning could reach -16 degrees. Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Current temperature is -8 degrees. Tuesday morning drops to -13 degrees. Wednesday afternoon might reach 20 degrees. Friday morning plunges to -16 degrees. Saturday morning could hit -19 degrees. Sunday morning might see -21 degrees with wind chills approaching -45 degrees. Let me head to the Rockies and Mountain West. Denver, Colorado, sitting at 23 degrees. Tuesday morning drops to 18 degrees. Wednesday afternoon rises to 42 degrees. Friday morning returns to 20 degrees. Saturday morning brings 16 degrees. Sunday morning could see 13 degrees. The Front Range could see additional snow Thursday into Friday, potentially 3 to 6 inches. Salt Lake City, Utah. Current temperature is 28 degrees. Tuesday afternoon rises to 39 degrees. Wednesday afternoon hits 41 degrees. Friday morning drops to 26 degrees. Saturday morning brings 23 degrees. Sunday morning could see 20 degrees. Boise, Idaho, sitting at 31 degrees. Tuesday afternoon reaches 40 degrees. Wednesday afternoon hits 42 degrees. Friday morning returns to 28 degrees. Saturday morning brings 25 degrees. Sunday morning could see 22 degrees. Let us go to the Pacific Northwest. Seattle, Washington, current temperature is 42 degrees. You are in a completely different pattern. Tuesday brings rain, potentially heavy at times. Wednesday continues with rain and mountain snow. Thursday through Saturday, you stay mild with temperatures in the low to mid-40s. You are dodging this Arctic blast entirely thanks to the Pacific moderating influence. Portland, Oregon, sitting at 40 degrees. Your forecast mirrors Seattle. Rain Tuesday and Wednesday, with mountain snow above 3,000 feet. Thursday through Saturday, temperatures stay in the low 40s. No Arctic blast for you. Spokane, Washington, you are on the edge of the Arctic air. Current temperature is 31 degrees. Tuesday morning drops to 24 degrees. Wednesday morning, 26 degrees. Friday morning brings 20 degrees. Saturday morning could see 17 degrees. Sunday morning might hit 15 degrees with snow possible Thursday night into Friday. Now let us hit the Southwest. Phoenix, Arizona, current temperature is 56 degrees. You are well south of the Arctic air. Tuesday afternoon reaches 68 degrees. Wednesday afternoon hits 70 degrees. Friday through Sunday, temperatures stay in the upper 60s. You are one of the lucky ones, avoiding this blast. Las Vegas, Nevada, sitting at 53 degrees. Tuesday afternoon rises to 64 degrees. Wednesday afternoon hits 66 degrees. Friday through Sunday, temperatures stay in the low 60s. No Arctic air for you either. Albuquerque, New Mexico, current temperature is 38 degrees. Tuesday afternoon reaches 52 degrees. Wednesday afternoon hits 54 degrees. Friday morning drops to 30 degrees. Saturday morning brings 27 degrees. Sunday morning could see 24 degrees. Let me swing back to the southeast and give you more detail. Charlotte, North Carolina, current temperature is 27 degrees. Tuesday morning drops to 20 degrees. Wednesday afternoon might reach 38 degrees. Friday morning returns to 19 degrees. Saturday morning brings 15 degrees. Sunday morning could hit 12 degrees with wind chills around 3 degrees. There is also a possibility of light snow late Friday night into Saturday morning, potentially 1 to 3 inches in the Charlotte metro area. Raleigh, North Carolina, sitting at 29 degrees. Tuesday morning, 22 degrees. Wednesday afternoon, 40 degrees. Friday morning drops to 21 degrees. Saturday morning brings 17 degrees. Sunday morning could see 14 degrees. Snow possible late Friday night. Accumulation potential 1 to 2 inches. Greensboro, North Carolina, current temperature is 26 degrees. Tuesday morning, 19 degrees. Wednesday afternoon, 37 degrees. Friday morning returns to 18 degrees. Saturday morning, 14 degrees. Sunday morning could hit 11 degrees with snow, possible late Friday. Richmond, Virginia, sitting at 28 degrees. Tuesday morning drops to 21 degrees. Wednesday afternoon rises to 39 degrees. Friday morning returns to 20 degrees. Saturday morning brings 16 degrees. Sunday morning could see 13 degrees with wind chills near 4 degrees. Light snow possible Friday night, potentially 1 to 3 inches. Charleston, South Carolina, current temperature is 35 degrees. Tuesday morning, 29 degrees. Wednesday afternoon, 47 degrees. Friday morning drops to 28 degrees. Saturday morning brings 24 degrees. Sunday morning could see 21 degrees. This would be the coldest morning in Charleston in over 5 years. Columbia, South Carolina, sitting at 32 degrees. Tuesday morning, 26 degrees. Wednesday afternoon, 44 degrees. Friday morning returns to 25 degrees. Saturday morning, 21 degrees. Sunday morning could hit 18 degrees. Savannah, Georgia, current temperature is 38 degrees. Tuesday morning, 31 degrees. Wednesday afternoon, 49 degrees. Friday morning drops to 30 degrees. Saturday morning brings 26 degrees. Sunday morning could see 23 degrees. Jacksonville, Florida, sitting at 42 degrees. Tuesday morning, 35 degrees. Wednesday afternoon, 53 degrees. Friday morning returns to 34 degrees. Saturday morning brings 29 degrees. Sunday morning could drop to 25 degrees. This is approaching record cold territory for Jacksonville. Orlando, Florida, current temperature is 48 degrees. Tuesday morning, 41 degrees. Wednesday afternoon, 58 degrees. Friday morning drops to 39 degrees. Saturday morning brings 34 degrees. Sunday morning could see 30 degrees. Widespread freeze possible Sunday morning for the first time in years. This could devastate citrus crops. Tampa, Florida, sitting at 52 degrees. Tuesday morning, 45 degrees. Wednesday afternoon, 62 degrees. Friday morning returns to 43 degrees. Saturday morning brings 38 degrees. Sunday morning could drop to 34 degrees with a freeze possible in outlying areas. Miami, Florida, current temperature is 61 degrees. Tuesday morning, 57 degrees. Wednesday afternoon, 69 degrees. Friday morning drops to 54 degrees. Saturday morning brings 50 degrees. Sunday morning could see 47 degrees. Even Miami will feel this cold snap with temperatures well below normal. Let me swing to Kentucky and Tennessee, where conditions remain critical. Louisville, Kentucky, current temperature is 11 degrees. Thousands still without power. Tuesday morning drops to 6 degrees. Wednesday afternoon might reach 31 degrees. Friday morning returns to 4 degrees. Saturday morning brings 1 degree. Sunday morning could hit -2 degrees with wind chills near -15 degrees. Lexington, Kentucky, sitting at 13 degrees. Tuesday morning, 8 degrees. Wednesday afternoon, 32 degrees. Friday morning drops to 6 degrees. Saturday morning, 3 degrees. Sunday morning could see 0 degrees. Knoxville, Tennessee, current temperature is 20 degrees. Tuesday morning, 15 degrees. Wednesday afternoon might reach 33 degrees. Friday morning returns to 14 degrees. Saturday morning, 11 degrees. Sunday morning could hit 8 degrees. Chattanooga, Tennessee, sitting at 22 degrees. Tuesday morning, 17 degrees. Wednesday afternoon, 35 degrees. Friday morning drops to 16 degrees. Saturday morning, 13 degrees. Sunday morning could see 10 degrees. Now let me give you the Carolinas mountain timeline. Asheville, North Carolina, current temperature is 19 degrees. Tuesday morning drops to 12 degrees. Wednesday afternoon might reach 34 degrees. Friday morning returns to 11 degrees. Saturday morning brings 7 degrees. Sunday morning could hit 4 degrees with wind chills near -8 degrees. Heavy snow possible Thursday night into Friday, potentially 4 to 8 inches in the higher elevations. Let me head to West Virginia in the Appalachian region. Charleston, West Virginia, sitting at 15 degrees. Tuesday morning drops to 9 degrees. Wednesday afternoon rises to 30 degrees. Friday morning returns to 7 degrees. Saturday morning brings 4 degrees. Sunday morning could hit 1 degree with wind chills approaching -15 degrees. Huntsville, Alabama, current temperature is 24 degrees. You experienced that flash freeze last night that caused numerous accidents. Tuesday morning drops to 19 degrees. Wednesday afternoon might reach 36 degrees. Friday morning returns to 17 degrees. Saturday morning brings 14 degrees. Sunday morning could see 11 degrees, with wind chills around 3 degrees. Let me give you Arkansas in more detail. Fayetteville, Arkansas, sitting at 16 degrees. Tuesday morning, 12 degrees. Wednesday afternoon, 35 degrees. Friday morning drops to 14 degrees. Saturday morning, 10 degrees. Sunday morning could hit 7 degrees. Fort Smith, Arkansas, current temperature is 15 degrees. Tuesday morning could hit 0 degrees. Wednesday afternoon rises to 36 degrees. Friday morning returns to 13 degrees. Saturday morning, 9 degrees. Sunday morning could see 6 degrees. Now let me talk about what is happening in the upper Mississippi Valley. La Crosse, Wisconsin, current temperature is -6 degrees. Tuesday morning drops to -11 degrees. Wednesday afternoon might reach 20 degrees. Friday morning plunges to -14 degrees. Saturday morning could hit -17 degrees. Sunday morning might see -19 degrees. Madison, Wisconsin, sitting at -3 degrees. Tuesday morning, -8 degrees. Wednesday afternoon, 22 degrees. Friday morning drops to -11 degrees. Saturday morning, -14 degrees. Sunday morning could reach -16 degrees. Green Bay, Wisconsin. Current temperature is -7 degrees. Tuesday morning drops to -12 degrees. Wednesday afternoon rises to 18 degrees. Friday morning plunges to -15 degrees. Saturday morning could hit -18 degrees. Sunday morning might see -20 degrees with wind chills near -45 degrees. Here is something critical I need you to understand about Sunday morning. This is going to be the coldest morning of this entire event for most of the eastern United States. From Florida to Maine, this will likely be the coldest morning many areas have seen in 5 to 10 years. Some spots in the Ohio Valley and interior Northeast could see their coldest temperatures in 15 to 20 years. Let me give you more detail on what Sunday morning looks like. If you live anywhere from Texas to Florida to the Carolinas up through the Ohio Valley and into the Northeast, Sunday morning is circled on my forecast. This is when the Arctic air reaches its maximum penetration south and east. This is when we could see record lows challenged or broken in dozens of cities. Here are some cities that could challenge or break record low temperatures Sunday morning. Birmingham, Alabama. Current record for this date is 11 degrees. We are forecasting 10 degrees. Atlanta, Georgia. Current record is 15 degrees. We are forecasting 13 degrees. Charlotte, North Carolina. Current record is 11 degrees. We are forecasting 12 degrees. Raleigh, North Carolina. Current record is 13 degrees. We are forecasting 14 degrees. Richmond, Virginia, current record is 12 degrees. We are forecasting 13 degrees. In the Ohio Valley, Cincinnati, Ohio could hit -5 degrees. The record is -4 degrees. Columbus, Ohio could reach -9 degrees. The record is -8 degrees. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania could hit -12 degrees. The record is -11 degrees. Here is what makes this Arctic outbreak particularly dangerous. It is not just the cold temperatures. It is the combination of factors. Hundreds of thousands of people still without power, ice and snow on the ground making travel treacherous, wind chills that will be life-threatening, and the duration. This is not a one-day event. This cold air settles in and stays through the entire weekend and into early next week. If you are one of the people without power right now, please listen carefully. Tuesday and Wednesday are your critical days. Those are the only days this entire week when most areas will get above freezing during the afternoon. That is when utility crews will be able to make the most progress. After Wednesday, the cold comes back and stays. If your power is not restored by Wednesday night, you need to have a backup plan. Stay with family or friends who have power. Go to a warming shelter. Do not try to tough it out in a home that is 30 or 40 degrees. That is how people die. For those of you in Florida, this cold is going to be a shock to your system. Many of you moved to Florida specifically to avoid cold weather like this. But Sunday morning, even Miami will be in the upper 40s. Orlando could see a hard freeze at 30 degrees. Jacksonville might drop to 25 degrees. That is cold enough to damage or kill tropical plants and trees. If you have sensitive plants, you need to protect them. Bring potted plants inside. Cover sensitive landscape plants with sheets or blankets. Saturday night, citrus growers in Central Florida are watching this forecast very closely. A hard freeze in the citrus belt could cause significant damage to this year's crop. We are talking about potentially hundreds of millions of dollars in losses if temperatures stay at or below 32 degrees for more than a few hours Sunday morning. Now let me circle back to that snow potential I mentioned earlier. This is important for anyone from Texas to the Carolinas. As that Arctic air surges south Friday and Saturday, we are going to be watching for any moisture sources. Right now, models are showing two possible scenarios. Scenario 1. An offshore low-pressure system develops just east of North Carolina Friday night into Saturday. This system would bring snow to eastern North Carolina, possibly parts of South Carolina and Virginia. We are talking about potentially 1 to 4 inches in some areas. That might not sound like much, but in places that rarely see snow, even an inch shuts everything down. Scenario 2. Moisture from the Gulf of Mexico interacts with the Arctic air and produces light snow or snow flurries from Texas to Louisiana to Mississippi to Alabama to the Florida Panhandle. This would be more scattered, more isolated, but it is possible. The European model has been hinting at this scenario, while the American model has been more aggressive with the East Coast system. I want to be very clear about something. This weekend's snow, if it happens, will not be anything like the ice storm we just experienced. That storm was historic. That storm paralyzed half the country. What we are talking about for this weekend is much more localized, much less severe. But for areas that do get snow, especially along the Gulf Coast where they have no infrastructure to deal with it, even a little bit of snow will cause major problems. Here are the probabilities of seeing at least 1 inch of snow this weekend. From the Outer Banks of North Carolina through Virginia Beach, 20 to 40% chance. Richmond, Virginia to Raleigh, North Carolina, 15 to 30% chance. Charlotte, North Carolina, 10 to 20% chance. Columbia, South Carolina, 5 to 15% chance. Charleston, South Carolina, 3 to 8% chance. Savannah, Georgia, 2 to 5% chance. Now over on the Gulf Coast side, Pensacola, Florida, 5 to 10% chance. Mobile, Alabama, 3 to 8% chance. Gulfport, Mississippi, 2 to 5% chance. New Orleans, Louisiana, 1 to 3% chance. These are not high probabilities. I do not want anyone to panic about major snow, but the fact that we are even talking about snow probabilities along the Gulf Coast in late January shows you just how unusually cold and far south this Arctic air is going to penetrate. Let me talk about what happens after this weekend. Does the pattern break? Do we finally get some relief? The answer is complicated. Monday and Tuesday of next week, temperatures will start to moderate slightly. We will not be dealing with record cold anymore. But we are not going back to normal either. Temperatures will still be below average across most of the eastern United States. We are looking at a persistent trough pattern, which means cold air will continue to filter down from Canada. The extended outlook, looking 10 to 14 days out, shows no major pattern change. We remain in a cold pattern through at least the first week of February. This is being driven by a very strong polar vortex that is split into pieces. When the polar vortex splits or weakens, it allows Arctic air to spill south. This pattern can sometimes last for weeks once it gets established. What does this mean for you? It means you need to prepare for an extended period of below normal temperatures. This is not a quick-hit cold snap that lasts 3 days and then we are back to normal. This is a pattern change. We are settling into winter mode, and it looks like we are going to stay there for a while. If you have not done so already, now is the time to check your home heating system. Make sure your furnace is working properly. Check your pipes. Any pipes that run through unheated spaces like attics, crawl spaces, or exterior walls need to be insulated or protected. When temperatures drop into the single digits or below zero, even pipes inside walls can freeze if those walls are not well insulated. Let your faucets drip overnight when temperatures are at their coldest. The moving water is much less likely to freeze than standing water. Open cabinet doors under sinks to allow warm air to circulate around pipes. These simple steps can prevent burst pipes that cost thousands of dollars to repair. Check on elderly neighbors, especially those living alone. This cold can be particularly dangerous for older adults. Make sure they have adequate heat and enough food and medication to last through the weekend. If you have to be outside for any length of time, dress in layers. Wear a hat. You lose a tremendous amount of body heat through your head. Wear gloves or mittens. Mittens are actually warmer than gloves because your fingers can share heat. Wear warm socks and insulated boots. Frostbite most commonly occurs on extremities: fingers, toes, ears, nose. Know the signs of frostbite: numbness, white or grayish skin, firm or waxy feeling skin. If you experience any of these symptoms, get inside immediately and warm the affected area gradually. Do not rub the skin. Do not use direct heat like a heating pad or fire. Use warm, not hot, water or body heat. Know the signs of hypothermia: shivering, exhaustion, confusion, fumbling hands, memory loss, slurred speech, drowsiness. Hypothermia is a medical emergency. Call 911 immediately if you suspect someone has hypothermia. For those of you still without power, I want to give you some specific safety tips. If you are using a generator, keep it outside, at least 20 feet from your house. Generator exhaust contains carbon monoxide, which is deadly. Never run a generator in your garage, basement, or any enclosed space, even if doors and windows are open. If you are using a space heater, keep it at least 3 feet away from anything that can burn. Curtains, furniture, bedding, paper. Never leave a space heater unattended. Turn it off when you leave the room or go to sleep. Make sure your space heater has an automatic shutoff if it tips over. If you are using a fireplace or wood stove, make sure your chimney is clear and your smoke detectors are working. Never burn cardboard, trash, or treated wood. These can produce toxic fumes. Do not use your oven or stove to heat your home. This is dangerous and can lead to carbon monoxide poisoning. If you have to travel during this Arctic outbreak, make sure someone knows your route and expected arrival time. Keep an emergency kit in your car. Blankets, flashlight, extra batteries, first aid kit, high-energy snacks, water, ice scraper, small shovel, jumper cables, cell phone charger. Before you get on the road, make sure your gas tank is full. In extreme cold, you do not want to run out of gas and be stranded. Make sure your tires are properly inflated. Cold weather causes tire pressure to drop. Check your antifreeze levels. Make sure your windshield washer fluid is rated for below 0 temperatures. If you get stranded in your car, stay with your vehicle. Run the engine for about 10 minutes each hour to stay warm, but make sure your exhaust pipe is clear of snow. Crack a window slightly for ventilation. Move around inside the vehicle to keep your blood circulating, but avoid overexertion. Let me talk specifically to our viewers in the areas still dealing with power outages. I know how frustrating this is. I know how scary it is to be in your home with no heat and temperatures dropping. Please know that utility crews are working around the clock. These are some of the most dangerous conditions they have ever worked in. They are risking their lives to restore your power. But I also need to be realistic with you. Some areas, particularly rural areas with extensive ice damage, might not see power restored for another week or more. The ice has brought down not just power lines, but entire transmission towers. Some of these towers weigh several tons. It is not a simple fix. Crews have to clear trees, replace poles, restring lines, and do it all while dealing with ice-covered equipment and brutal cold. If you are entering day 3 or day 4 without power and your home temperature is dropping into the 40s or below, you need to leave. Go to a warming shelter. Many communities have opened schools, community centers, and churches as warming shelters. Local emergency management can tell you where the nearest shelter is located. I know leaving your home is hard. You worry about pipes freezing. You worry about security. But your life is more important than your house. Pipes can be replaced. You cannot. Now, before we wrap up, I want to tell you what I am watching for next week. Remember, I am always looking ahead. While everyone else is focused on this weekend's cold, I am already analyzing what comes next. Next Tuesday through Thursday, January 30th through February 1st, I am watching another potential winter storm for the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast. It is too early to know exactly what this system will do, but the pattern supports another potential snow or ice event. I will have much more detail on this in our next forecast video, which will be posted Wednesday. That next video is going to be critical because we are going to dive deep into that potential winter storm, and I am going to give you the first look at February's pattern. There are some very interesting signals showing up in the extended models that suggest February might be even more active than January has been. So make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you have notifications turned on. And again, drop a comment telling me where you are watching from. I read every single comment, and your feedback helps me know what information you need most. Let me give you one final timeline summary for the biggest cities. This is your quick reference guide for the next 7 days. New York City. Coldest morning Sunday at 0 degrees. Boston. Coldest morning Sunday at -5 degrees. Philadelphia. Coldest morning Sunday at 2 degrees. Coldest morning Sunday at 2 degrees. Washington. Coldest morning Sunday at 5 degrees. Chicago. Coldest morning Saturday at -10 degrees. Detroit. Coldest morning Saturday at -14 degrees. Atlanta. Coldest morning Sunday at 13 degrees. Dallas. Coldest morning Sunday at 12 degrees. Houston. Coldest morning Sunday at 23 degrees. Miami. Coldest morning Sunday at 47 degrees. Remember, Sunday morning is the key time to watch. This is when the coldest air reaches its maximum extent. This is when we could see records broken across the southeast. One more time, I need you to comment below with your location. Tell me where you are watching from, your city and state. I am monitoring those comments, and in our next forecast, I will make sure to give extra detail for the areas that are most represented in the comments. This has been a comprehensive look at what is coming over the next 7 days. An Arctic blast that will affect over 200 million Americans. Record cold possible in dozens of cities. Continued power outages in the hardest hit areas. And a potential for additional snow in places that rarely see snow. Stay safe, stay warm, check on your neighbors, and I will see you in the next forecast video on Wednesday.